Welcome to Takeda no komoriuta Lesson 3. This video series is good for beginners and intermediate players with kan-on issues. If your kan-on is not good, that's probably because your ryon-on tone is not solid enough. In this video, I will compare good tone and bad tone so you can clearly hear the difference. I will also talk extensively about ryo-on 1 and kan-on 1, problematic notes for many players. This video starts with the first measure of the fourth line. Free sheet music link in the description. Let's begin. Starts with the ryo-on 1 again. Open. It should be all open, always, but especially for ryo-on 1. Open. If it's not open, see how different that is? If you just think that's good enough because I hear that pitch. No, that's not good enough for kan-on. When you get to kan-on, that's gonna just your ryo-on is your foundation. If your foundation is that kind of, maybe when you start adding kan-on, your kan-on is just gonna, and then you think, oh, kan-on is hard. Well, no, your ryo-on is the problem. The foundation is a problem. Even though you're not even playing ryo-on when you play kan-on, but you have that in the background. Like I always feel like 10% of kan-on is a ryo-on. Foundation, background. So third phrase has the only kan-on of this piece. So let's practice kan-on 1 first, because kan-on 1 is hard. Only kan-on 1. Kan-on 1, a lot of Shinobue fingering chart tells you this is the kan-on 1. But for beginner, probably easier if you take your left hand index finger up. So instead of if you did instead of, that's fine. And if you can do this, some Shinobue, it's easier to do kan-on 1 like this. But a lot of Shinobue, I think it's easier to do kan-on 1 like this. Either way is fine. So you should be able to do both, but if you can, eventually you should be able to do both, but right now, either one is fine. So let's practice kan-on 1, because kan-on 1 is hard. So even though kan-on 1 is not low, like ryo-on 1, you still have to have this open. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And you want to aim. So this is your utakuchi, mouth hole. You want to aim your breath to this side, not that side, not the audience side, your side of utakuchi. Make sure that side is not too buried in your, like, under, or it should never be under your lower lip. Never. It should be more up, not like this. Of course, you can play like this, but not like this. If you can see a majority of your lower lip, it's too far. You have to really blow. That's not good. So closer, and then make sure you're not rolled in to the point that this edge is buried. You want to have not like this, of course, but you can't have it too low or buried, turned in. This edge, you need this for low resonance. So making sure that this can be seen, not like that, buried, you know? Because you need to put your you need to put your breath towards this edge for your Ryon 1 or Kaon 1. So let's practice Kaon 1. So I did 3 times. The third one is the best tone. I think you heard it. I did not do it by blowing hard. I did it by relaxing and making the throat bigger and hit it in the right place. So when you cannot do Kaon 1 really well, first instinct is to blow harder. You know, try to find it, you know. That's not the answer. Blowing harder from your mouth is never the answer for your Shinobue. Never. If you feel any wind here on your lips or mouth or something, that means your breath is hitting something like this edge, or I'm gonna use the Suzuki. Like your breath is hitting that edge or that edge or that edge. It's not going in. So it's coming back, ricocheting. When you play in Shinobue, and if you feel your breath, it's wrong. I mean, that's so hard because like when I was starting, I felt my breath all the time. And then my teacher said that you should not feel your your breath. First of all, it should be slow. Your breath should be slow. And your breath should be going in. Yes, I know that you need to hit this edge that's towards the audience. Scientifically, that's where the tone starts. But trust me, even if you aim for the middle of the utakuchi or this edge of the utakuchi, it will hit there. You don't want to worry about this. If you aim it here, it's going to be too much going out. If you hit it more towards the center or towards you, it's going to be more going inside the utakuchi, the mouth hole, and using that resonance, the low resonance that makes that cool Shinobue sound, like everybody loves the 3 honchoshi, because that has that cool low tone. Even for 6 honchoshi, you can get that low resonance more if you aim here more. And then you need that for Ryon 1 because it's the lowest. So if you, going back to that feeling the breath, if you feel breath here, most likely your breath is too fast. You're blowing too hard. Your breath needs to be slow, and your breath needs to be going in, not ricocheting back to you. When you're playing Kaon 1, you shouldn't feel any breath coming back to you and not blowing hard. I'm using a lot of diaphragm for that. You have to learn how to use diaphragm, otherwise you're not going to get a good Shinobue tone, because you have to push the air from the diaphragm and not from your mouth. If you push the air like this, like you're going to blow a candle, everybody's going to blow the candle like this. You're gonna use this, but you're gonna use this too, blowing candle. That's not what happens with Shinobue. Shinobue is like this. You do the air pushing with your stomach muscle only. That seems like such a hard thing, and it is. But that's what my teacher says. That's why his mouth is not moving. It's like this the whole time. Not doing. It's like this. That's why it's slow breath. That's what Shinobue likes. You know, not from the mouth, but from here. That's why you have to engage the core muscles, diaphragm, stomach, whatever, how you want, your butt. You want to engage this. Oh, I don't have to do that. Oh, I can play without doing that. No, really, you cannot get good tone without diaphragm. Doing it from here. And there are many tricks to it, exercise to it, just doing it over and over again, which is gonna be pretty much very boring for most of the person who just want to have fun with the Shinobue. I'm going to all those details in my online course, so please stay tuned for that. So going back to the song, going back to count 1. You want to find the easy count, hard on your stomach, but easy here. No violence of the breath coming at you and things. You're not going to feel that like a huge wind coming back at you. You have to be very sensitive. You know, your Shinobue is your best friend. You know, you want to care about what your best friend is telling you. Your best friend is throwing your wind back at you. You know, then you have to listen and say, oh, I probably put it too much, too fast. And Shinobue is like, no, I don't want this. You're flooding me. So you need to listen to what Shinobue says.